Hello, I am JD the Ender, and today I'm going to be doing my review of Ghost in the Shell, the live action film. I first would like to let you all know this will not be a spoiler free review. If you intend to watch this movie, go ahead and watch this video after you watch it, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Now, my initial thoughts of Ghost in the Shell once I saw the trailer that they released uh, was not very good. I didn't want to get my hopes up, and I didn't think that they would do it justice. However, justice has been served very well. Uh, there were some concerns about Hollywood whitewashing it because Scarlett Johansson shouldn't be the Major and blah blah blah. I don't buy into that. The Major had so many different bodies, like not in this movie, but just from the information and the knowledge that we have prior to this movie coming out. It's not going to be the exact same story as those, and anyone that wants it to be a live action story that's the exact same thing, sorry, that's never what we're going to get. It's possible to enjoy the original content that we've been provided through our childhood. I mean, I've been watching Ghost in the Shell for about 20 years now. The first time I saw Ghost in the Shell, it was the movie that the Wachowskis brought to America. It was fantastic. And I'm glad to see that they were, not the Wachowskis, but just Hollywood in general, was able to bring to the screen some of the aspects and elements that we all love and care about today. I wish I would have seen more Section 9 characters. However, I am happy with the characters that we saw. They all played their part. They all played their role just like they normally do with Section 9. That's fantastic. I have a list of things that I do and don't like, so I'm going to go over that. I'm going to start with the main thing I don't like about the movie, and it's that they took Bato's backstory and gave it to the main villain of this movie. Bato and the Major in the original content that we have experienced and enjoyed and loved knew each other. They both got their cybernetic bodies at the same time, and that's kind of what happened here, except the villain turned into a terrorist who turned Major into a terrorist. So that's a real minor thing, honestly, because the rest of the movie did everything that I didn't expect to see. I had a big issue before watching the movie with Bato having eyes, but if we're looking at this from the standpoint of a film, a live-action blockbuster film that they tried to make it, which I believe was successful, it's forgivable because this is an origin story. This is an introduction to the crew and cast of Section 9. I mean, we saw Pazu, we saw Major, we saw Saito, we saw Bato, Aramaki was there. Everyone was there. They were missing the Tachikomas, which I didn't expect to see the Tachikomas, so that's okay. We still got to see the nature, the nurturing nature that Bato has with stray dogs. And if I recall correctly, he actually did have a thing for stray dogs because he related to them, and that's true in the movie as well. All these are really, really minor, because it's really expensive to have something in the movie like the Tachikomas starting off. I mean, it just is. It's going to be. There were a lot of them. They were cute. I would even say they're cuddly just because, well, I like robots and machines and stuff. Moving on. We're almost done, actually, with the things I don't like, and they're all very minor and minuscule. The Major's memories being wiped or taken from her, that bothered me initially, kind of like Bato's eyes. But they turned it in, they twisted it into something that was really enjoyable. It was actually part of the story. So, Forgiven, I enjoyed it. It was a great film. So that's actually the very small, minor list of things that I didn't like about it. Moving on to what I did like about it, they stayed true to a lot of the characters. One of those being Togusa. Togusa was a purist. He was one of the few remaining members of Section 9 who refused to be cybernetically enhanced because of the dangers he felt it caused. And in the anime, what happened as soon as he did get a minor enhancement? He wasn't able to identify who the Laughing Man was. So that's pretty cool. I really like that he was still kind of like on the fence and judgy about being modified. Oh, sorry, let's back up a little bit. One thing that kind of did bother me was a Section 9 operative got a cybernetic enhancement so that he can drink himself into oblivion every night, which was Pazu, I believe. He looked a lot like Pazu. Of all of the minor things I didn't like, that's probably the one that I don't like the most. But it's forgivable. Honestly, they're not going to make it exactly like the original content. And again, who would expect it to be that way? Moving back to the list of things I do like, they didn't completely whitewash. I honestly think I saw like 3 of the characters that were all American and everyone else wasn't great. I mean, maybe they were, just as far as like the whole whitewashing aspect, because race is such a big deal now. I mean, I don't think it is. I see people for people, and yeah. Speaking of which, great pick for Togusa and Aramaki. They both looked exactly like the characters. They had, like, Togusa had the mullet, Aramaki was short and had like the hair, and he was just always sitting back and in control, and like they nailed the characters. The cast nailed the characters so well. Major and Bato, they have a very specific relationship, and I feel like this movie captured the essence of that relationship. You know, wasn't really one that was like romantic. It was more platonic, which is what we see in the movie. Now that's something that I had a concern about because, I mean, while they do hint a little bit at there being a romantic relationship in Standalone Complex, maybe it was Second Gig, one of the two, there wasn't really anything we ever saw solidified. We just knew that they meant a lot to each other, and I think that was because of their history. They were both in an accident as children, and they both received their bodies at the same time. They inspired each other and pushed each other to be better and learn how to use their bodies. It's not something that you're just like, oh, I've got a cybernetic body now. Let's go do these cool things and get some wet works out of the way for Section 9. No, it's not like that. They took a lot of scenes directly from some of the original content. And when I say original content, I mean like all of it. Like all of the anime series and the movie. It was really fantastic. One scene in specific that really stands out to me is whenever the Major is like diving at the bottom of the sea and Bato's in his boat fishing. That's from the original 90s version of the anime movie of Ghost in the Shell. That was really important to me, I feel, because it showed that he was there for her. That their relationship, their friendship meant something to both of them. The spider tank scene. Oh my god, the spider tank scene was so cool, and I'm so glad they put that in there, because that was another one that was actually pulled from the movie, the original anime movie. I haven't seen Ghost in the Shell Arise, so I can't draw on how much, I mean, I haven't seen all of it, I've seen some of it. I can't figure out how much they've drawn from that, but I'm pretty sure there was a little bit, because what I have seen of it, it was about the Major having some issues with her memories and a little bit of some corruptions and how she's dealing with that. And we see that in this movie. I think that's fantastic. Another thing that they did was they took an outfit from every single series, movie, anime series, even Arise, and they made that part of her wardrobe. I have to say that's one of the best fan service type of things I've seen in a film in a long time. And to top all of that off, they kept the music from any of the ending credit music from any of the closing credits for the animes, and that's fantastic. So overall, I really enjoyed this film. I didn't think I was going to as much as I did. I'm really excited about that. If you enjoyed the animes, you'll enjoy the movie. And I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. So I hope this has given you something and helped to shed some light on a film that I think you could really enjoy. Thanks for watching. I've been JD the Ender, and y'all have been fantastic. Goodbye.